Welcome to another stream. Sorry I'm late. I was busy setting up, getting all the engines to the station. We're here now. I remember yesterday what I said, today we're working on liveries this stream. More specifically, Boco, if you weren't here last stream, last time we worked on, actually we've made and finished Daisy. And we were driving her around for a bit. Alongside Godbear from I Will Eat You's Godbear. Another engine I was working on before the stream had started was this one, the Ironworks Diesel. Is that what it's called? No, Diesel Works. The Works Diesel, I think, from the railway series. I was working on this before the stream. Didn't have time to finish, that's why his face still looks a bit wonky, but. Last stream worked on Daisy, and this stream I want to make a Class 40 Boco. I also said some more engines, but I need to start putting down like a list or something. Another livery we're going to be working on is the Yin and Yang livery for the Scotsman. One side, if you remember, well, if you've looked at this livery while I was making it, this is currently just a before stream livery, but if you look, oh. I guess I did finish this livery, but it didn't have its yin yang symbols on its cab or on its piston. Hey, welcome back. We're just discussing the yin yang livery. I need to finish this side, so we're going to be working on a Class 47 Boco, the Works Diesel over there, and. The end of the year draws ever so near, so finish the list, or it is time you will fear. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess I have this now. What the type of cryptic messaging is that supposed to be? Bedtime rhyme is that? But Daisy is next on the list, I suppose. Well, no, Daisy's already complete. Her name is crossed out. So, Boco is next. Then Emily. How are we going to do that? The only steam engines in this game are the Fowler F4, Flying Scotsman, Jubilee, and I'm forgetting one more, Stanier. Whatever, okay, I guess we'll make it work. And Pip and Emma. Gonna have to look those two up, not too familiar. The end of the year draws near, so finish the list, or it is time you will fear. Did you have to scratch up the back of the tender? Like, nice graffiti, man, but you need to scratch up the tender anyway. Last stream we worked on Daisy, so next we're going to be working on Boco apparently, and I guess we're just going to have to put you to the side. We don't have a name for you. Yeah, I don't remember. Not even a name. We're just going to call you whatever the first comment named you, to be honest. Oh, that was the first comment. Hi. We're currently going to be making some liveries as the ominous to-do list tells us to do. But we need a name for you, so the first name that pops up inside the live chat, that will be your name. Because you don't have a name, it's just the Works Diesel, according to where we got you from. So you're gonna make Pip and Emma. Well, they're the fourth one on this list right here. We already did Daisy, so it's Boco, Emily, and then Pip and Emma. Backer? Does he look like a... Let's look at that face. Does he look... I mean, yeah. Alright, I'm seeing it. Yeah, we're gonna make Pip and Emma, but well, luckily they're last on the list because I still gotta buy the engine that's actually, I'm guessing, is Pip and Emma. I don't know what engine they actually are. I'm guessing they're one of the diesels I don't have bought yet because we also still need to get Salty. But Daisy had a derailing incident last stream for anyone who was there, if you remember, and then she made the entire game crash, and that's why if you look on the previous stream's thumbnail, it's just the sky because we got sent flying into the afterlife thanks to Daisy. So we won't be driving her on the rails, and we're going to just go straight into making Boco. Who's that? Is that James? James, what are you doing out on the rails? I don't think you even like snow. It's always James, isn't it? Hello, Oh, you are not. Nope, that would be Edward. What's with the red livery? You haven't looked like this in years. Is it some type of special occasion? Or are you going somewhere? KSCR. Nah, I don't know that railway. That's unfamiliar to me. Alright, well, I'm sure Topham will probably know. We'll check in on that later. KSCR. That doesn't ring any bells. But hey, it's good to see you in your red livery again, your Furness Railway livery again, Edward. Looking great, looking great. I'm not sure if we need to update the livery, but let's go ahead and despawn all of these. Well, no, we'll leave them here. I was going to say send them back to the shed, but we'll leave them here. Let's go into making Boco. Now, for Daisy, before we get into making Boco, we had some creative liberties when making her, like giving her her nameplate as a suggestion, so we're going to have some creative liberties when making Boco. Now, if you remember, one more thing, the Boco we currently have looks a little like, if I can find where there it is. Our current Boco looks like this. And I know, I used the Class 66 instead of that's our current Boco. We want him to look more like that. Truth be told, I only used this version, well, the Class 66, because it was the only diesel I had at the time, and that front shape just fits Boco. But now that I look at Daisy, yeah, Boco, I apologize. You're an excellent, excellent engine, and I loved making you, but Thomas, you talking about naming that diesel over there Thomas, or are we talking about making another Thomas? No, I was going to say we can make a side view emulate using that method, but no, I'm not going to do that. We're going to go straight into making Boco. Now, with Boco, I'm going to need an image of him because we're going for a railway series looking Boco, probably. With a mix of TV series. I want the TV series green with a either railway series-ish looking face or something on him has to be railway series or just be a reference to the railway series. Live wait. I'm just all over the place. We're supposed to be here, but livery designer, where's the Class 47 at? Make Boco's face yellow. Well, we're in luck because we could make two Bocos, one with a gray face, one with a yellow face. So we'll have a railway series Boco and a TV series Boco. What the heck is the difference? Also, this stream I'll be releasing either before or during or after, whenever. I'll be releasing Daisy for download so everyone can download Daisy. I was supposed to do that yesterday, but I fell right asleep. Oh, there we go. The Works Diesel. That's his name, but we're going to rename him to be what the name was that we suggested in the comments. Boco. Backer, that's the name we were going for. Yeah, I'm gonna remind me before the stream ends if you're still here, or if anyone is still here remembers the name to rename the works Diesel Vacker before the stream is up, because heaven knows I'll forget. Okay, okay. First, we need an image of Boco. I think the best image is I could base him off the Bachman Boco, but I've done enough of the Bachman because James, Gordon, and Henry are based off their Bachman look. That's why the colors are so bright instead of more darker colors that you would see most people go for with those characters. But here we go, Boco. Oh, okay. Well, there's tons of images of him. The first image on Google has him in like a darker shade of green, but I'm guessing that's just the lighting. And the CGI version has him just. He looks just like Daisy with a. Alright, so we're gonna go with that version of Boco. That works for us. Alright, so let's make Boco. Shade of green. I kind of like that darker shade of green. Will it work for this? Who knows? You making God Boco? Yeah, we're making God Boco. Right now, I was trying to decide on the shade of green for him, and I'm also going to be releasing Daisy after this, and we have another diesel we got to work on. It's the Works diesel from the Railway series, but we named him Vacker. Now, I could have just copied the Daisy livery and brought it over to this, but might as well stress myself out to the max with this one. Fun part will be designing his face. That shade of green isn't really Boco. That's too bright. Yeah, that feels like Boco. Alright. I'm gonna start with the roof first. Go ahead and get that out the way. Is Boco's roof white or gray? We're gonna go on the safe side and just say it's silver. Gray. Okay. This image makes it look like it's like a faintish white, but like I said, I'm guessing it's really just that lighting that's. And I kind of like that. Oh, I'm already seeing Boco. After the roof, we give him a face in his second face. Well, we can just. I still need to make a second face for Daisy and make a Railway series face for Daisy, which should be fun. We all remember how long that took last stream. 2 hours, apparently, according to Ragusa when he was here. Alright, see you later. This is, well, this is going to be the easier one to do. Also, apparently these are now speed runs to get done, apparently, according to that ominous message from the beginning. I forgot what that quote even said. I'm going to have to go back and reread it after the stream. Alright. Next step. Well, technically, Boco is just pretty much a green brick. But I just don't want to leave him just like as that. But I don't know. I'll wrap back around and start adding more like details. But he's just a green brick basically. I have Train Sim World 6, and there's a whole reason why I'm not using it right now because when I was trying to transfer all of my liveries over, instead of being the updated version 5 liveries, which would make sense if you've ever seen how I do the liveries, I make versions, like different variants. All of them, when I transferred over to Train Sim World 6, are in version 3 instead of version 5, which all the liveries are in here. So my guess is that when I transferred over the data, since I still have Train Sim World 4 on my console, it kind of, instead of transferring the Train Sim World 5 data, it transferred over Train Sim World 4 data. So that's why everything, because there are some liveries that are just completely missing that I didn't make until I got Train Sim World 5. So I'm guessing, I don't know how I can fix that. Give him Northwestern Railway text on his sides. Someone said of the liveries, oh, literally glitchy, like you can tell it's broken. Yeah, it's pretty broken. Like I'm not sure if the stream ever picks it up, but if you like pay close attention to whenever I'm like making a livery or something, it'll glitch out pretty badly to the point where like the textures will unri. It's just bad, like all around. I'm not sure if they just what is it optimize the game badly or what what was the thought process, but I kind of like this Boco face from when the Bill and Ben episode, so we're gonna try to go for that. Well, not really, something like it, but not fully. Also, why is Boco face like almost the same color as his roof? Give him the Northwestern on his sides. Yeah, we're gonna do that too, cause he feels too blank right now. Also, got to do something a little unorthodox just to get that Boco eye effect. Look, Train Sim World 6 need update. I had to ask my friend to fix the train. And I don't have like most of my friends don't know or really care that much to play Train Sim World. So they wouldn't really care much to know how to fix it when it is having issues. So I'm literally just in the dark when it comes down to like how I would even remotely fix that problem. So that's why, though that game Train Sim World 6 is out, you still see me using Train Sim World 5. I would be playing it if all my liveries had transferred over. We're making Boco, or a version of, well, a livery of Boco, because I have a class 66 of Boco, but not many people like that Boco. So we're making a class 46 version because I made a Daisy and it actually looked pretty well. So I was like, maybe Boco would translate well onto one of these. His eye isn't done though, cause that's it's too like cartoony. Axe doctors in nature said it's gonna be repaired next time. Still, I don't know that if you've been in a previous stream, you've heard my talks about how I don't understand about releasing a new game every year. That's that just doesn't make any sense. But hey, their company, they can do what they want, I suppose. It's just like strange. I did like the old Boco, but this is cool too. Yeah, I was just saying in the beginning of the stream, I have no problem. I love the old Boco design, but I can see what people mean. It doesn't fully give the Boco look, so and it's Boco. Who doesn't like Boco? So I don't mind making another Shoot, I got like 8 James, so another Boco ain't gonna hurt nothing. Oop, I did that way too much. Okay, what's that? Actually, you said I was. That makes sense. Why do we have no Australian routes in Train Sim World 6? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Unfortunately, I don't work for Dovetail. If I did, I probably would add a lot more Steam engines. Let me tell you. I think if I worked for Dovetail, we would have too many Steam engines to the point where people would get sick of it. But you can never have too many Steam engines. But that's just me. I don't think they'll ever add any more Steam logos because But they may surprise us. But I really wish they would either like fix the game, optimize it, do something. Like I only got into Train Sim World just to make the Thomas videos. Pretty much, that's literally the whole reason why. But I can say my experience with it hasn't been favorable. I don't want to bash Train Sim World 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever game they'll be on in the next couple of months, but I will say it's really irritated me. Make James blue. We're gonna make a blue James now. Gotcha. I think the only reason why they hadn't added more is maybe because copper or something like that. Well, yeah, I understand the Thomas stuff, but I'm like when it comes down to just more Steam engines in general. And here's the thing: in my eyes, if you said that you base most of the Steam engines that are in games after pre-existing Steam engines or like engines, or you had to use model reference, why not go to that Steam engine museum that's in England, I believe, where all those Steam engines are in like a circle, where like you got like the Sterling single. If you need models, like for example, Emily can easily exist in this game. Then, if that's your case, because the Sterling single is still on display. If I'm not well, unless because the last time I checked where the status of it is like was a couple years ago. So unless they moved it, I don't know. Can you do any? Hold up. Can you do anyone? We're going to get the next DLC from. Does anyone know? No. I wouldn't be surprised if Diesel and Thomas was the only DLC we ever get. To be honest with you, like I haven't played every Train Sim World, so I'm not a huge knowledge like well knowledge in it. But I am knowledge on game companies when they do stuff like this, where they release the next game next year, or just make a new version immediately. Though there's a perfectly fine working version, they never really if they're if they don't really care enough to even focus on up just updating or fixing the previous game and instead making a new version, I don't think they're going to really care enough to continue on making more DLCs revolving around Thomas unless they get like a crap ton of money for it. And judging by how people responded, if you read the comments on some of the Thomas video stuff when they first released it, I don't think they're going to favor wanting to make more Thomas stuff. I wouldn't blame them if they didn't. But it would be nice, yeah. But I shouldn't. The only way I can see more Thomas stuff getting in is if you mod it. I hope they add Jumbo Train fully Australian. Can you make Brown Streak from GTA San Andreas next? If I had Train Sim World 6, I could. Cause I actually have a livery that I did make using that engine. So what's the status of the model layout? Oh yeah, what you should have been here last stream. I was just talking about that. The layout is has expanded more behind the scenes compared to the channel because whenever I get home from work, I try to mess with that as much as possible. So the layout has evolved from a point from where you used to see the layout like back then, it doesn't look anything like how it does now. It's got multiple in running lines, and it's gone from just a measly 5 feet layout to what, almost 8, I want to say 10 feet long. It's a 10-foot layout now. And I was supposed to make a video on it, and I'll probably do it tonight because I got time. I'll put together a small video and do an evolution to show, because I don't have video evidence to show how the layout has progressed. I only have photos, so I can do like a collage showing the progress of the layout. But as of now, it's at a stalemate due to working hours. I have a feeling in 2020 we're going to get trains. So, it's not even a feeling, Jumbo Train. That's just a fact. That is just the fact. We are 100% are. Trust me, your feelings just that's not even a prediction. You're just correct. We're going to, because if this is how they've always done things, yeah, that's just how it's always going to be. They're not going to fix a problem. They're just going to make another version that's going to supposedly fix that problem. But if that problem crops up in that game too, all right, make another game. It, and I played Train Sim World 6 like just for a bit. It's the same game, yeah. Nothing's new except a few more lines. And to be honest with you, isn't that's just stuff you could have made DLC. I gotta buy an entire new game just to get probably like some DLC that's gonna exist for that game and that game only. But then by the time the next game comes out, I look silly because I bought the DLC for that game and y'all just released said same DLC for free on the next game by next year. So now I look silly. We got Train Sim World 6 before GTA 6. When I told Don't Tell about shall we get Train Sim World 6, they laughed about that. I mean, do you know Call Train is back? Is that I didn't know. I haven't been caught up. But yeah, I don't. They're never gonna stop doing that either. I think it's just something that, because I've already gotten used to it. Like I've only been here and trained some like in this Train Sim World sphere for like I want to say a good year, and I'm already used to it. I know how Dovetail gets down, and at this point, I can't really say I care. Like if you release more Thomas DLC, cool. But if you don't, oh well. I've already planned on moving away from Train Sim World down the line. I don't know when. That's why I'm completing as many Thomas liveries as humanly possible. And I wouldn't say I'm completely dropping the game. Like I would still use it whenever I'm like live streaming and stuff, but it wouldn't be something that I film in anymore. It's just not have the logo. I don't know. Like, hopefully one day they realize how like silly releasing a new game every year truly is. Like it just makes no sense, and it just makes people not want to play it past the point when you just basically release the same thing every year with like two or three more, like two. Probably that's too much like generosity to be honest with you. Probably like one or two things tweaked. I like when you do these videos. These oh yeah, the live streams. These these are my little peace of mind by the end of the week thing. I was supposed to do more of these, but I never got around to. But we're doing it now, and I'm actually having quite a lot of fun. No, I feel like they should have bad Thomas and Gordon. Hold up, I feel like they should have had Thomas and Gordon for the 80th and Tracy. Yeah, that's hello. I will eat you. But yeah, they should have. That 100% would have been a better what's called than, in my opinion, having like now to no Diesel fans out there. There's no hatred towards Diesel. Diesel's one of my favorite characters too. But in my opinion, instead of Diesel, wouldn't someone like Edward, Percy, like anyone would have been a better option than putting Diesel. I get it, Thomas and Diesel like a rivalry, but who? Let's all like a show, like a raise of hands, metaphorically. Who would have wanted Percy in the game besides Diesel? Because me personally, yeah, I would have rocked with the Percy in the game. And I just find it strange because I feel like anytime they do like a collab and stuff, like even like Thomas, a day out with Thomas, it's Thomas and Percy. Like, yeah, you see some day out with Thomas where they got like Thomas and Diesel, but it's still like always Thomas and Percy. That's always who I think of when I think of like who would you release for a DLC in a game. Thomas and Percy, of course, the two best friends, but Thomas and Diesel, cool. I think we should all got Diesel 10. I don't think the chance of us ever getting a Diesel 10, yet alone in a game, will forever be slim to none, and it's all because of that loading gauge thing with Diesel's claw. I get it; it's unrealistic, but so it's the unrealistic part about it that's so cool about Diesel. Of course, a huge freaking claw on an engine doesn't make any sense, but that's what makes it cool. He just has a giant claw for truthfully no reason. Like there's no like application for him to be having that, but still it's cool. Why did they make Thomas so easy to drive? Because according to some videos I've seen, they wanted to make it more accessible for a younger audience, but I'm pretty sure most of the people who've played this game before don't give it. But they did it just so because they wanted to give it a more simulation aspect, I guess you could say. Or I don't know what they were trying to do because you base this entire game somewhat off of realism. So when you add that feature, like Thomas drives like that instead of like any other engine, yeah, but yeah, for kids, why did they make for kids to more easier? Because I get it. Not every kid wants to spend 30 freaking years setting up an engine just to get it to drive, like you see me doing with Gordon. When it takes me like 4 years just to get him started, or he stalls on the freaking rails, and I actually got to wait for his boiler to cool down. Like I get it. No kid wants that, but still, like in a game like this, my friends my friend he wanted Thomas to be really I did too. That's what I was expecting, but that's not what we got. Who do you prefer, Ari and Bert or Splatter and Dodge? Well, because I grew up with the classic series, but damn, that's a really good question because I watch Magic Railway back to back to back, and I love both. I can't really decide, but this might just be the classic in me speaking. Ari and Bert because the Splatter and Dodge, yeah, they're iconic and they stick in my head, but the one scene of Ari and Bert that always sticks in my head is them about to trying to scrap Stepney. That moment lives rent free in my head, and it's always one of the Thomas moments I think about because that was the first time I ever seen in the series. They are legit trying to scrap an engine, like they always just like say an engine's going to be scrapped, but you never see it on screen. So when I was legit watching that claw reach down about to grab Stephanie, I was like, "Oh, this is happening! This is happening!" But Ari and Bert, are we going to get Toby and Percy as DLC? Never. We could have had two versions of Thomas with normal controls and the other with. I mean, yeah, because you make different versions of the Flying Scotsman. Like one, never mind. It's just a whole like why. It's a why situation, and then it's one of those. I kind of get why you did that, but then it's another like, was it necessary? Boco, why do you and like every diesel just have to have the most complicated nose that drives me insane? Okay, what's your thoughts on Douglas crashing the spiteful brake van? I mean, not gonna lie, the spiteful brake van was a jerk, so it was kind of just well deserved. Yeah, I've heard about that mod, but I like I said, I play on PS4, and if you own a PS4, you know like they don't allow you to mod this game in the slightest. Like you cannot mod these consoles unless you jailbreak them, and I don't spend time learning how to jailbreak an entire console, so I just wouldn't know. But I have a PC, like now I do, and but it's a bit wonky. It's a 50-50 chance it could work, and a 50-50 chance it will completely break. Your nose, what is going on? Is it your eyes? Alright, this is gonna drive me nuts. Alright, let's try this. Okay, that kind of fixed it. I'm really sweating bullets, huh? I find wonky eyes to be funny in Thomas. Yeah, it's pretty funny, especially when you spot it in a scene. No, when I saw the van get crushed, I was crying because it was like the time I watched Shed 17. Well, maybe I was just more like used to stuff like that by that point because I had seen that scene of what was that engine that fell off the bridge and took a tumble and crashed. I've keep forgetting. Wasn't it? It's literally I have an entire project named after it. Was it Proteus? I don't think it was Proteus. It was probably Proteus. I'm having to go and refreshen up on my Thomas lore after this. I was just rewatching like season 1 and 2. Looks like I know what I'm doing after the stream. Rewatching a lot of Okay, we might have to shrink your face a bit, Boco. You know that kind of works, but your nose is still bothering me and getting on my nerves. Yeah, I can play on Xbox. I got an Xbox One, but don't know how the viability of that would do. Like how well an Xbox One could run Train Sim World 5, yet alone 6. Because my PlayStation already sounds like it's about to take off just from this game, so. There we go. Okay, I finally saw the problem now. What is this? I was 6, by the way, when that happened. Oh, yeah, that checks out. You should watch some CGI lore. I probably should. I need to get caught up on a lot of Thomas lore. Proteus is just Sir Hando repainted with Peter Sam's chassis. You just broke the illusion of Proteus. Dang it. You're right, it is. I actually had to stop and think about it for a second and re-visualize him in my head. Dang, he really is. It's like when they just put all the engines underneath those sheets whenever they were getting Percy, when Sir Topham Hatt was buying Percy. Illusion broken. All right, Boco, you're definitely that engine that's definitely gonna drive me insane. I'm already sweating profusely, and I need. It's hot in here, and I really just want to get your face done. But because I am stingy and I am a perfectionist, your face just has to look as picture accurate as possible, or as I can make it at least. All right, let's see what's next. What's next? Only Boco. Only Boco. I think. Hold up. I think Stanley, the Railway Series 1, Freddy would probably be used to make him if Freddy was in the old model series. Probably. Oh yeah, Derek. I forgot all about Derek. I forgot he was a character, and yeah, we can make Derek if I. I think there's actually an engine that actually just is him, but yeah, Derek would be easy to make. I say right now. Great. Now, how are we gonna capture that nose look? I'm literally getting the most precise movements to try to not mess this up. I got them from Walmart. By the way, I have the Trackmaster 2025 Greatest Moment Pack, Thomas. Oh, nice. What do you think of your Class 66 Boco reskin since you're making the new one? I still think the Class 66 Boco is, in my opinion, better because that shape, the roof shape, it's more fitting than the roof shape that he has with the Class 46. Kind of the whole reason I use the Class 66 is it's literally the shape. It fits Boco in the face part. This face part is more clear, so I can work in more detail. But yeah, I would definitely still say the Boco I did earlier. I still like Class 66 Boco. I mean that could be God D199. it might be on the list the next time we check in on it. I'm not sure how that list works, but judging how by Daisy was crossed out first, I'm guessing we did something right. I just gotta get that riddle part down pat because I didn't get it. It was like, was it like a running joke or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm just left out of it. I'm gonna make Derek. Oh, nice. Now, what if you give Boco just two eyes and a smile on his train? Oh, that would be pretty menacing. Kind of like a God Daisy. Also, I'll release this Boco too after the stream. Once he's fully complete and ready to go. Literally just his face giving me trouble. Boco. I think they're the same. Boco is overrated. A lot of people would disagree with you. I'm gonna make Derek using two 9-4 locomotive from Germany. Nice. I think they're the same. Boco and Derek? I wouldn't say they're the same. Definitely not like character wise. God Boco, God Daisy, and God Bear all in one place once Boco is done. And Boco stops giving me a headache. Okay, now this is the tough part. I'm trying to capture that shading on his face. That actually works. Never mind. Problem solved. The Green Gods. Derek's original name was Paxman. And Godvacker. Oh yeah, we need Godvacker. Wait, did you know that Toby original whistle is Percy's whistle and Percy whistle is Edward whistle? I did not actually. If that is true, I did not know that. You know what? You're actually turning out pretty well, Boco. Though you're driving my head up a wall. Hmm. Oh yeah, the NWR on his side. Yep, almost forgot about that. We gotta do that too. Alright. Now I gotta try to capture that shade that's around his mouth. The problem with using a realistic photo. I don't think Boco would have NWR on his side, but maybe something like his own NWR. Why? Hello, why what? Are we, we're making Boco. And I'm gonna have to click off this image real quick because my second live streaming tablet is about to die, Grand. Well, my phone's about to die, and I need to switch to the second stream. Alright, yeah, we're making Boco because it was a request. Alright, what did I do? Okay, delete that. I don't even know which one I'm adjusting now. Cheeseburger. Yes, cheeseburger. You know what? That actually, we're almost getting there. I don't know what it is that's still throwing me off, though. I don't know. Chin. Boco has like a chin. Very faint, but you can see it. Or chin shading, at least. At this point, Sodor should have a cheeseburger factory. I'm surprised her Topham Hat doesn't have a cheeseburger factory already installed on the island, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, he looks better without it. Alright, what was the other recommendations? That we should put something on the side of him. I'm gonna have to fix his face later. Something's still throwing it off, but I kind of just want to finish this livery. NWR. Yeah, his numbers. Alright, we'll see how he looks with NWR, and then we'll put his numbers on. That Boco should have his own by the end of the set. Yeah. Question is, where should we put the NWR? Should we put it here, or should we put it dead center of the middle? That's the question of the day. My Boco, that one is better. Which one are we, I'm guessing we mean this, the British outline. Sheesh, what color would they paint this on Boco? My Boco uses a BR Class 20 from Cheeseville, Illinois backing. Oh, nice. Northwestern Railway. I'm not sure what color I want it to be. I'm kind of looking for a font that's a bit more bolder. What's West Somerset look like? Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm good. Nice font, but just no. And a little too basic. Rail alphabet though. Yeah, it's a generic, very generic. I like British outline. British outline will work. Narwhal. Okay. Note to self: you cannot do that in this game. Okay, well I do it the old-fashioned way. Narwhal. Would you ever use Derail Valley? I've been looking into it. I've been looking into trains, Derail Valley, just anything to get me like off of Train Sim World to start making some just better videos. The Northwestern Railway has been renamed Narwhal. Henceforth, the name of the Northwestern Railway is now Narwhal. Welcome to the Narwhal Railway. Whenever you join the stream, it's welcome to the Narwhal. I don't know why, but adding these dots in between the lettering just always looks cherry on top. Now the question is, how the heck do we copy this to the opposite side? Sorry, not the Northwestern Railway, the Narwhal Railway. How does that lettering look now? Welcome to the island of Narwhal. Exactly. Welcome to the Narwhal Railway. These are the Narwhal engines. And the most our number one engine is Chalmers, spelled with a C, not a T. No, that looks pretty well. If I don't like it, I'll fix it later. And we'll change it to this side right here. Okay, that checks out somewhere, probably. We still need to give him his numbers. Crap. Number. It's always numbers. What are the numbers, Mason? Alright. Oh, here's the tricky part. Which number should we give Boco? Should we give him his Railway Series numbers, or should we give him more TV series numbers? Alright. Keegan says D5702. That's one vote for D5702. TV. Alright, for now we're going with D5702. I'm eating takes, but I'm dying. Eating takes. I've heard of you eating steaks, but eating takes that's a new one. Definitely a new one. E2, yeah. If you've seen them in the photos, yeah, them things definitely were not a joke. I thought Thomas, and they always call him a small tank engine. In what way, shape, or form is an engine that's almost the size of a two-story house small? But to each their own, I suppose. You know what? I kind of mess with the yellow lettering. It kind of fits. Alright, Boco, I would rate you a 50, 60% done, but you're ready for release. But in terms of which Boco I would say is better, still, I think the Class 66 Boco, actually, we can go compare them right now. But my vote already still stands. Face wise, this Boco. But design wise, it's just the roof. It's the shape. It's the general shape that's really getting. Thomas and Gordon are the same height in the show. But they call him a small little tank engine. That's the part I'm not understanding. Peak Forest Railway, we've been there, been there, been there, been there. We've been all around. We'll go here. It's classic. And we'll use the. Hold on. Let's go to Germany. I have a German map where. Oh, here. Right? This is what we're talking about? We'll. Oh, we gotta go to Wolfgang. It's where Mozart lives. Yeah, we've gotta go to Wolfgang. Let me make sure I'm on the right map. Hold on. Yeah. We're going to. We're taking Bear. We're taking the three the Class 47s to Wolfgang. The 47 guys, we're taking them to Wolfgang. Wolfgang, yeah. Mozart has ordered God Bear, God Daisy, and God Boco to appear before him. So we are all taking a trip to deliver the God engines to Mozart. We don't know. I think he needs to compose some music, and he requires the engine's assistance. I don't know why. We're taking the Green Gods to a holiday in Germany. Also, that's a better name, the Green Gods. Wait. So wait, that would make the worker diesel the works diesel, or what do we what is it, Vecker? Didn't we say he's blue? So wait, he's their enemy then. He's canonically their enemy. It will be the green gods versus the blue gods. If you miss my comment, there is a German route in Train Sim World that if you... Why is it taking so long to load? But if... Okay, only took 400 years. Welcome to Germany. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Ich van ItzAtrain. I don't know what I just said. Probably wasn't even German. But welcome to Germany. Jeff the Works Diesel. What about a red god? Now we're playing with fire there, but you know, since these streams are so chaotic, it's just fitting. We do need to make a red diesel next stream. But first things first. Well, who was next on the list? Before the stream ends, not right now, but probably in another 20 minutes or so, 30, depends on how this goes. We need to make a red diesel and check that list to see what else we need to make. Alright, we got our, let's spawn them in. Spawn in the gods. We have God Daisy. Or Goddess Daisy, my bad. Apologies, do not smite me. We have God Bear. And now, the newest addition to the Green Gods team. We have God Boco. Meet they look absolutely perfect. God Boco, God Daisy, and God Bear all in one location. Did you ever think you would see the three gods at Germany? Look, even this man here, standing, taking photos on his cellular device, which shouldn't exist in this time period, is interested in the uniqueness that is the god. Oh yeah, let's oh yeah, I should make a god bear. Well, another thing we need to do, make a god bear. Definitely gonna set that up for next stream. But we have our god Boco, Northwestern Railway god Boco. Daisy, you stand out. You stand out well. Wait, we forgot to turn on their god eyes and just see all three of them in the night. We need the menacing shot of all the gods. Let's make Boco. My bear has white disc on his face. Yeah, I noticed. You should make it. Let's make Boco pull a German passenger train. Yeah, we shall, after we turn on his god mode eyes. After I figure out which one is the eye switch. We're not going through this again. Found it. That was easy. We should have spawned in the map at night so we could just have them, like, already. Matter of fact, I really want to use this German map, but I want it to be night. Make Boco for red double-decker coaches after this, if I have those. I'm not 100% sure I even have some of the DLCs that I should. Because I was buying every DLC in the game, but then when I heard Train Sim World 6 or World 5 was coming up, I was like, you know, I gotta save money for that. Just for it to turn into a bit of a letdown, to be honest. Come on. Oh, it doesn't want to do art. Oh, that's terrifying. We officially have all three of the green gods all collected together. This is such a beautiful image. No, it's really terrifying. Let's really make it terrifying. Oh, that's terrifying. Look at Bear. Imagine you're just on the platform in the middle of the night and you see the three gods pull up. Look at Bear just off in the corner menacingly. Then you got Boco who's just smiling, happy to be here, and Daisy's like the leader. Bear is definitely the psychotic one that they have to keep caged. Like, this is nighttime. That it's already terrifying at night. Let's see if we can make it more terrifying. Oh, that's as terrifying as we can make it. Okay. Bear is definitely the most evil because look at that face, look at that stare. Ugh, gives me the heebie-jeebies. Bogo looks like he's a part of the he's a part of the gang, but he's more friendly. Like, if he's the one chasing you, he's most likely gonna let you go. But these two, no, that they mean business. Especially Bear. Look at that. Ominous. Well, it only took us a few minutes. Well, probably an hour or two. I don't know how long this show was. It only took us a couple of hours to make. We did it. We made Bear. Now I gotta spawn in the yin yang to-do list. See what we need to do next before for next stream, which will probably be next Friday because stream week is over, or stream weekend is over. I usually stream I want to start streaming every weekend. And Vecker, before I leave, remember somebody I gotta rename Vecker. I need to rename the engine Vecker. But let's go over that list one more time. And I gotta memorize this quote to see what the heck is going on. But here are the god engines. One more glance at the green gods, all now complete. We completed Daisy last stream. God Bear doesn't belong to me. That belongs to Ivy. So I think we can download their livery off of the Creator Club. And Daisy and Boco will be up either tonight or tomorrow when I wake up. So you can download both of them. I'm not sure. You know what? No, she's going to keep it. I'm going to keep the Feeble that's written on her nameplate on the release for her. So, God Daisy and God Boco will be released tonight. But let's check the to-do list one more time. People is Daisy moving. Oh, is it really? And thank you. Yeah, we worked on this last stream. Her face was much more easier to do than Boco over here, who still needs some work. Same with the door livery, because those are fake doors. Those aren't real. But yeah, that's I'm gonna have to fact check that, but we'll just wait right here. And leave that sign. song should we listen to? We could listen to Timothy's Shadow, but that song isn't. Still talking to Burning Embers. What we can just listen to the song system. That copyright would be included, but it's kind of oh, I literally didn't hear the last stream. I didn't know that came in the game. Okay, that now I feel like oh wait, you know you need some. It's not really the song I was looking for. With the rhythm of the jazz, this train's moving fast. Good song, but not what I'm looking for. Chugging through the night. You know, it's a good song. But let's do it. Red Rose and listen to it. Yeah, we do need to make Red Rosie. Maybe in the future we should try to do Red Rosie. Yeah, we should make Red Rosie, but yeah, Red Rosie. Yeah, we might as well go more the merrier. Also, this stream was supposed to be mostly requests, so if you have a request for any livery that pops in mind, just comment it down below after the stream in the comments. But because I want to turn the streams into like some livery making streams where we just make goofy liveries or just nice liveries like those over there. But let's read this one more time. The end of the year draws ever so near, so finish the list or it's time you will fear. Okay, so our next yeah, we're cooked. We ain't surviving. I don't know, I guess whatever, something we're going to be fearing something at the end of the year, because I don't know how you want us to do Emily. We'll have to figure that out next stream. Perhaps we can paint Emily onto a class 47. Nah, that'll be ridiculous. We'll paint her onto a Jubilee. We're just trying to make a livery. What did you ever do wait, did you ever do the Boxcar Percy? Oh, Boxcar Percy. Yeah, I did actually. So, well, then I'm gonna have to leave this stream. Well, I'm gonna leave this before I end the stream. And also, I will eat you. I did read your what's it called. I know you said let's drive Boco. So next stream we're gonna be driving Boco on this line with some what was it, double-decker rail cars or coaches or something. And Daisy will make another appearance because I'm getting quite attached to Daisy's livery. It looks nice. Are your eyes shifting? Alright, yeah, y'all scare me. Okay, back to the stream. Let's go look at that Boxcar Percy before then. But yeah, I finished that Boxcar Percy. But yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm not even gonna start with this stream. If you look, I'm not tripping. I know what I saw, but when I shifted, like when I was moving back and forward, the glow in her eyes was moving too. We're going back to the days of old train horse. No, please. We just fixed that paranormal activity stuff. Well, almost whatever that. Well, we almost fixed the paranormal activity situations, but this is what I never got around to releasing it, I believe, and I never finished the front. Yeah. Boxcar Percy is still right here. He needs to be released. Yeah, he's a. So add that to the list. Boxcar Percy. Who else? Boxcar Percy, Emily, Pippin, Emma. He still looks cool. Thank you. I remember making this livery. This was fun to make. This was really fun to make. Also, Dovetail, if you're watching this stream, which you're 100% not, take some reference, all right? It's not, if I can add Percy into the game by projecting him onto the side of a freaking boxcar, y'all can take reference from this to add him into the game. It's almost to scale. Works Diesel. Oh, yeah. I forgot all about the work lady. On a boxcar? Or, well, we can do lady on a boxcar. Yeah, lady on a boxcar would look nice, but green caterpillar with red stripes. Yeah, Daisy. No, we got Daisy. So next stream we're doing lady on a boxcar, Rosie. Yeah, I'm gonna need to write all these down, or just remind me next stream because it's gonna be like a week before, not a week, but next Friday before the next stream is. But what am I looking for? So I just read the comment. Works Diesel. The Works Diesel. We're supposed to be looking at the Works Diesel. Well, renaming him to Varick? Vecker. Where is the Works? There you are. Oh, God. I gotta scroll back up to that top comment. Thank you for reminding me. I literally nearly forgot again. And we're gonna bring it. Vermont version B. Was it Verger or Vecker? Why do I hit? Okay. The best diesel name is Wendell. Yeah, I agree. That sounds like a worker diesel name. Why did Vector? Okay, no. Though I'm thinking of Despicable Me. Okay, no. Was it Vecker? Not Vedger. Not Vedger. What the? Okay, I think that's what they said. Vecker. Vecker. We're gonna call it Vecker. So we got Bear. Uh, Vecker, Boco. We got the whole gang. The whole squad is now here. Thank the heavens. But this was a long stream. I'm tired. It's like 1 in the morning. So I think to end things off here, let me go ahead and play our outro music. I don't have the ItzAtrain outro song right now loaded up, so I'm just gonna play a random one. It was a good stream. A bit late. I was hoping Ragusa would join, but see you later, the NYC 244 official day. See you next stream. See you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for your lovely suggestions for the deliveries. Hopefully, I remember though by next stream, but if not, just remind me. And we're gonna try to get as many as possible done next stream. See you later, Keegan. I will eat you, everyone. See you. Bye bye. Thomas and his friends filling us with pride, with their jazzy rhythms and their joyful songs.
We're hopping on the train.